What's happening, people? We're going to be talking about financial literacy today. I decided to pick this subject because my partner told me about a man who was in his 30s and he was on £2,000 a month and he wasn't dating any girls and stuff like that. We spoke about this morning, so it's kind of fresh in my head. So I thought to myself, that's an interesting topic, because there are some people, especially men, who won't date because you can't afford it at the end of the day. And that is kind of responsible, but at the same time, you're missing the chance to fall in love, because someone ain't going to fall in love with you nowadays just for your money, innit? It's more for, other things, innit? Other qualities, what you might have. Going to do a video on those types of things as well, because I feel that my channel's growing and we can talk about a lot of things because we're growing up on this channel. But make sure you subscribe, because I've noticed quite a lot of you lot subscribed and some of you lot don't like the videos. If I have to ask you 2 or 3 times, I will ask you to like the video. Like the video now, please, and I can go on with the story and we can get to this motherfucking point. That's it. We just need to like it. And those of you who are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It helps out with my videos. It costs you nothing. I don't send any messages or anything like that. I just would like you to subscribe to my channel. So, without me not even finding out what's going on for that video, what the boy put up about living with £2,000 a month, it just made me say to myself, could I do something like that? The answer was hell to the fucking no, I can't. Because I've got a lot of outgoings. Things cost in life. We all have a different threshold of the word cost. And money is subjective to most of us. I say it's subjective to most of us because we all don't obviously get the same amount of money in life. Some of us get more, some of us get less. Some of us spend more on other things and some of us spend less on nothing, basically. So one thing she did say to me is that this young man was, he had to cut off his subscription to Netflix and a few other things probably, because the subscription things, they add up. Deliveroo, all these types of things. I've never had Deliveroo, so I think that's saved me quite a little bit of money, but I spend quite a lot of money in supermarkets because I like to eat healthy. I like to eat certain quality of food, innit? And I know that that comes at a cost, and I'm kind of willing to pay the cost because to me, food is great. It's amazing, man. Listen, I don't even need to explain to you why I like to spend money on food. Those who know. Those who don't know, it's not your thing. You spend your money somewhere else. An interesting point, what the guy was pointing out, that because he was going through some financial difficulty, he weren't dating. And in some parts, being in my 30s, I think that's a good thing to do, but a lot of the other time, more of it's saying to me that it's a bad thing to do, to be honest with you. It's good because if you've only got £100, you can't really go far with baby girl. She wants to do stuff. It's not a nice feeling to say to someone, I ain't got money to do this right now, or we can go to the park, but we can look at the shops on Oxford Street, but we can't go in because I ain't got dough. But we can look at a few bits. I don't want to look at stuff if I haven't got the money. I'm like that. I wouldn't want to look at clothes and stuff like that if I didn't have the money to spend, unless I was just going for a frivolous look. But I get the whole morale of not being able to afford something, so why are we looking? I understand that as a man in my 30s. But I understand that it's okay just to have a look as well, because there's many people that just have a browse. And again, you might see something and maybe get it for later, or say to yourself, I can't afford it now, but I'm going to put some money towards this because this will look really nice in my collection of clothes when I do start dating. Because in a nutshell, if we take financial and how that affects your life, your finance will allow you to go places, see places, go on holidays, do things, some of the normal things people do in life, innit? And some of the normal things people do in life, they cost. It costs to pick up your girlfriend from our house. It costs to have a date night. It actually costs to be in a relationship. No matter if you just look at it from the time perspective or the money perspective, they both cost, innit? And I think that as young men, when we go through these things, we don't always have the best advice. So something what I would suggest to people is, I bank with a few people, but I bank with Metro Bank, yeah, and Monzo. So let me talk about Monzo first. So Monzo, yeah, they've got a thing into the app where you can, every time you get paid, you can take out a certain amount of money and put it into a pot. Making pots for doing certain things definitely helps for savings, and it allows you to work towards something, innit? And you see with like my Metro Bank, yeah, because I bank with them as well and someone else as well, but I won't go into all of them. That allows me to put cash in really quickly because it's open at weird times of the night, so it's open till later. So therefore, if I do a job and I've got a bit of cash on me, I'll just go there, put it in my account, then I can transfer everything over. Because obviously the other bank, there isn't anywhere you can put in cash and all that. You get what I mean, innit? But I'm sure people understand where I'm going with it. But have I ever had to build myself up so I could get back on my feet again? Hell to the yeah. And I've had to do it a number of times, but I've realised that having a little safety net, whether that be 2,000 to 3,000, I know it sounds like a lot when you haven't got nothing, and it's float money to keep you afloat. And I think that's things which what people don't really talk about. You need a certain level of float money as a man just to keep you going, you know. If you catch public transport, it's not fucking cheap. It's not cheap. It's going up in price now. Petrol is not cheap as well. Running a car tyres, MOT, service, oil changes. Depending on what car you got, depending on if you're even a car person, you're going to have to go out there and do it yourself. I used to admire my younger cousin who looked after his car. He had an old Golf. He looked after it, washed it all the time, drove it all the time down to London. He lives out of London. And I thought, wow, you must be saving so much money, like by driving that older car around and not buying something new. In a nutshell, you're still using a lot of petrol, innit? Or diesel, whatever you're using. So you got to look at the cycle on how much money you're still spending on travel, because you could get something newer and it could cost you less in travel and maybe road tax and stuff like that, because those are the things which are like the underlining bills which just nobody fucking talks about at the end of the day, innit? I do want to touch on people's mental state at that point. It's a real level of realization when you know you ain't got no fucking dough. When you know you don't know when the next paycheck or the next money's coming in. I mean, it's a real time to be anywhere. And if you've been here, let me know in the comment section, I've been here. Because I've been there, and it's not nice because you're waiting around on money, you're waiting around on what people might owe you. And now, as I've got older, I've always made sure I've got a list of about 15 people who owe me fucking money, so I can get that money off them at any point, any time, when I need it, plus saving my own money as well. Because I know that, look, life without money, I don't know how that would operate, but with money, it just makes it a little bit easier. I know you don't need tons and tons of money to have a good life. You need enough for yourself. We've all got spending habits which are like this, like that. With social media, with things what you feel like is an experience, what you've not got to live now. Once you start looking it up and you start saying, oh, a trip to Dubai costs this much. Or you might say, I want to go US. US is going to cost me this much. It's going to cost me this much to go to Thailand. Do you get it? All these trips cost money and time as well. You've really got to be on your hustling nowadays, man. And when I mean on your hustling, You know, if you've got something which makes you money, stick at that. If it's a side hustle, go a little bit harder. Try and make that a little bit extra money for yourself. I've been lucky that I've always had a job, yeah? Not always, but most of my adult life I've had a job, which I'm very proud of because, you know, even managing to hold down a job and keep a job as a young man, especially as a young black man in London, can be difficult because we're dealing with the forces. We're dealing with the forces which are beyond you at certain points. So you just got to work with it and find your place. I try and be in a place now where I just go to work, do my job. I don't get paid a lot of money where I'm at now, but you know what? It's something and it allows me to focus on other things. Focus on having a side hustle. Focus on doing a little bit more. Focus on making more fucking content at the end of the day. Focus on doing stuff which I'm really enjoying, which is making content. So make sure you subscribe because I forget to say that in some of my videos, but I mean to say it. Subscribe and like. So, the 30-year-old who's on 2K a month, they are struggling, but there are so many different ways where you can save, you know, like me going into some shops which I've never been in before. I think Savers is a shop. Yeah, I got some deodorant and stuff from there and I saved quite a lot of money where I would normally go to a different place and probably spend double what I spent. Let's say I spent 25 quid or like 30 quid and get even less. So I'm not going to start naming shops for you to go to, but what I am going to say is just that there is alternatives which sometimes needs to be considered. You know, when I ain't got all of the money what I need to have, sometimes I go into Sainsbury's. Don't get me wrong, I put my hood up when I go into Sainsbury's because I'm an M&S shopper and I don't want anyone to see me. No, I'm joking. I don't care about that. But yeah, going into those different types of shops, saving your bit of money when you need to, goes a long way. And it's just the adult thing to do nowadays. You got to think, as I've got older, yeah, I get kind of more excited about getting a little bargain than I get about being able to afford something which I know I can work towards. If I see something on sale, I'd rather get it then than rather get it when it's full price. But I do try and do my research and my due diligence on stuff before I kind of get stuff nowadays, because you work hard for your peas, innit? And anytime you work hard for your peas, to spend it so quickly without a return is like a big hit, if you get what I mean. I buy things when I know I've got 5 times the amount. So I think the last time I went out to buy some trainers, in a month, I think I bought 6 trainers in a month. I can't tell you what exactly. I bought some designer trainers, some New Balance, and a couple other little joints, yeah? I think I bought 2 New Balances, Moncler trainer, UGG trainer, it's a boot. Listen, you don't know about the swag. And 2 Nikes, yeah? That was running me, I think that was about, let's say it was about 1,200. 12 to maybe 1,500, yeah? I made sure that in my account I had like 5 grand at the time, because I knew I wanted some footwear, but I knew that I didn't really necessarily need it right now. So it's not a necessity for me to grab, but I know that if I grabbed it at the time when I'm more up than when I'm down, it wouldn't hurt my pocket, which is the right thing to do. At the end of the day, I can only wear so many shoes at once anyway, but I do like nice trainers, innit? But I do understand that that's a necessity, and that's not a necessity in life. You know, as long as you've got boots to go to work, you've got other sensible shoes and trainers, you'll be fine. You know, the frivolous things you could definitely fucking cut out of your lifestyle, but it's wanting to or having to. When you have to, it's a different story, because you haven't got any fucking choice but to do that. But when you don't have to, yeah, man, level up, balance things out. Sometimes buy yourself some Nike trainers. Don't be grabbing the designer trainers. Don't be grabbing the Gucci trainers or whatever. It is nice to have nice footwear as a grown man, because when you go out, you do like to look nice. And clothes cost money, innit? At the end of the day, I've known that I've spent up to like £350 on a t-shirt, when I think to myself, it's a bit mad. But then again, I think to myself, I'm only going to live once. I'm not going to constantly keep doing it. It's not like I go into the shop and I want to buy 2 t-shirts and they're going to cost me £700 or £800. No, it's not like that. But if they were really nice and I really wanted them, yes, I'll buy them for myself, but I'll maybe work my way up to it. Again, this whole going out and getting a whole fit, them days are maybe, I still do them days. I was going to say they're behind me, but they're not. So at times when I want to buy outfits, buy clothes, I make sure that I've got enough put aside so I can do that little little expense, which is shopping and stuff like that. Because, you know, buying clothes is not cheap at all. And especially, just depends what you like to wear. I don't like to wear shit fabrics, innit? So I'm not buying shit clothes. I'm at the point of my life now when I can afford nice clothes to be able to put down and wear them within time. You know, like, you don't wear all your t-shirts at once. You wear them, you put them on a cycle. You might wear this one, you might have some holiday clothes, you might save this as that, such and such. But it was interesting to see it, and opening to know that people have started to talk about their financial difficulty, which I've made one video on it before, but I wanted to touch on it again because I don't want people to feel that it's like a thing you should be ashamed of or something like that, innit? Bare people go through stuff, you know. There's some rich people that have CCJs what you don't even know. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so what I was saying was that there's rich people that have CCJs, and when you learn about things like this, yeah, you can't feel alone because it's just you going through financial difficulty. People go through it, but guess what? No one will talk about it because they're embarrassed at the end of the day, innit? You're an adult, you're supposed to be able to deal with everything what hits you in life. But let's keep it real, innit? You can't foresee something what's going to happen in the future, whether it be a problem to you, whether you have to pay for something as a young man or a young woman. You just got to work your way up there, if you get what I mean. I've worked my way to a lot of things which has allowed me to have a lot more pride and respect in the things which I'm doing within my life, whether it be holding down a job, whether it's getting more money, whether it's saving some money to go on holiday, whether it's putting something away, whether it's upgrading my phone. Like, you know, like, I have 2 iPhones, yeah? So I spent, I think this one was like 1200, and I bought this one for 1,000 as well. So I've got like 2 grand's worth of phones. I had to make sure that I was making content. I had to make sure that I was doing something with my phones, because the reason for me getting them was to make my life a little bit easier. So I needed to make sure that I was getting the value out of those things, innit? And as a content creator as well, I needed a phone, I needed a camera, I needed to have quality stuff so I could be able to put out quality content. I look at it as a level of reinvestment. I think that investing within yourself as a young man, as a young woman, it will pay off, you know. You might not see it now, but it just takes time, innit? It takes time for you to believe in your journey and whatever you're investing in. I'm investing in my content journey, and I've been on this content journey for a while. I've made money for it. I actually do modelling, I actually do campaigns for people. So I'm actually proud of that. I'm at that point where it is getting more stable than some of the other things in life, and that is bringing a level of freedom as well. So look for your hustle, man. Like I said at the beginning of this video, looking for your hustle will definitely change your whole trajectory and your outlook on life, innit? If I just think to myself, my 9 to 5 is the only place where I can make money and all that, I'm just super limited into the things which I can do within life, because I won't be able to do some of the extra little bits, or me saving up for a new car again will take me twice as long. When if I was doing content plus another couple of other things, I've got little spells of money coming in, a little 2 grand, little £500 there, little cheeky 6 bills. You know what I mean, innit? We all need them types of things. It's just as and when we're going to make steps to be able to do that. And I think what my girlfriend was telling me about at the beginning with that guy was that he needed to make steps for himself to be able to say to himself that he's now put himself in a position where he can now date someone else, when he can now afford a better place to go and live. And another thing what she told me in the morning was the boy, he had a partner, he had a child. So a lot of his money went to his baby mama. And kids can be a hell of a lot of money, you know, so preparing yourself for that on £2,000 is a lot. And I commend any man that does that at the end of the day. Remember, you got to pay for your kids what you put on this earth. So they are your investment, they are your future, and they are the future at the end of the day. So, you know, like, giving the best you can, doing the best circumstances what you can do, it's a struggle. I've seen a lot of people like that. I know a lot of my friends who are young dads, and yeah, they definitely struggle financially, and there's stuff what you want to do with your son which you don't know if you can afford it. Like the other day I was thinking about, I ain't got kids, but the thing what I was thinking about was taking my niece and nephew to Disneyland Paris. So we started searching it up, seeing how much it was. It's cheaper to go to the fake Disneyland, which is in Paris, but I like to go to the real thing, so we will be going to the real Disneyland, yeah? I will make that possible for my niece and nephew because I just want to see the smile on their face, and I want to be able to do that for them as an uncle. And I'm at that point in my life where I could save the money to be able to do it. And it's not about the money, it's about the memories for me. But making the memories, you must make some money as well. So the money definitely does matter. It plays a key part in financial and just being stable, you know, like, that's why I say if you've got to hustle, you got to stick to it, man. Don't give up, because your hustle might not be making money at the beginning. I wasn't making money at the beginning doing content, doing the videos at the beginning. I'll be honest, but if I didn't stick at it, I would have never known that I could make videos like this and just be totally transparent with people within a time frame and tell them that some of the people who you fucking look up to, they ain't even got no fucking bread. Do you get it? So don't beat yourself up for not having it 1 or 2 weekends, because nearly burped there. Some people are running around on minus and running around in an overdraft. It's not something that I'll promote for anybody. Get your finances right, and get to living your life. Don't let a little bit of money hold you back, man, because, you know, there's a lot of experiences that you can experience within life without money. I've had such good times without money in my pocket and had really good times with it. Again, I like to feel comfortable, so I know which one is best for me, and I hope that you guys and girls watching my videos take something from this video and say to yourself, you know what, even if you wasn't thinking about saving, start saving from now. Start putting a little bit aside. It doesn't have to be a lot, man. A little bit. Bit by bit by bit. That's how you get somewhere. I learned that through the partner. I learned that through my mum telling me to save money. I learned that through having a piggy bank. The same thing applies in life now. Bit by bit, put a bit aside so you can have a better day at some point. You know, it's not all about living for the moment now. It is about living for later and saving some of your money and preparing to reinvest it within yourself, because you're the ultimate person who decides if you make more money or less money. I always try and aim to get a big bag in life, because I feel as if I deserve it. I feel as if I will outwork a lot of people. I feel as if I will do that bit extra what others won't do. So why not? You know, I'm willing to take on responsibility a lot of the time in my own personal life, whether that be when I'm at work or when I'm not at work, when I'm doing private jobs. I've done a private job on a bank holiday, and most people wouldn't be jumping up. Me, jumped up, went, done it. Got myself a little bit of money for it. Done a job the week before, got myself a little bit of money for that. And I've got another job lined up as well. Again, I've got to keep hustling and keep on my game on that, so it will increase my money. Because I said to you before, I'm not getting great money where I'm at now. But again, it doesn't stop me because I'm able to do different things now. Maybe organise my life a little bit more better as well. And maybe have some really good things to look forward to. But I hope you do as well. When you hear this video, just think about your own life, innit? Think about getting things in place, because you can do it. Sometimes you just need a little prep talk. Sometimes you have a conversation with someone who you didn't need to have that conversation with you, but it kicked in for you. It kicked in for me a couple of years ago. It's about this P. So I get this P, but I enjoy it as well. Again, I tell you, some of the first things I want to do is do things with people who I love. Do things for my family, do things for my girlfriend, do things for my niece, do things for my nephew, do things for my sister. My big sister is one of the biggest supporters of me. I've always had this idea of that when I get solidly on my feet, I'll buy my sister a brand new car, because my sister uses her car a lot. And that's something I want to do for myself, but hopefully it will bridge the gap between me and my sister and let her know how much I care about her and think about her. And it's not just me I want to see drive around in a brand new big whip. My sister as well. But anyway, make sure you subscribe, like, share and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.